Despite its occasional self-indulgence on the far reaches of space, Interstellar succeeds in delivering an enthralling spectacle that at times is truly emotional. If only it got there first. As the Earth hits the end of its sustainability, Matthew McConaughey has to put his chisel gaze aside in order to enter a wormhole to find a new planet that will continue mankind. What initially starts as a messily edited introduction, the film finds its feet and captures the beautiful country landscape of a dying Earth, but at the expense of never really showing how drastic circumstances are. The fluid tracking shots through the cornfields and some powerfully composed shots of McConaughey's home are frighteningly beautiful in that for a world that's hit its end, there is still a remarkable attractiveness that can never truly go away. Yet for a film with a budget of $165 million, you'd expect to get a more substantial representation of how bad the Earth has become. But you do find yourself compelled at how well director Christopher Nolan conveys both the burden and tranquility of an agricultural society. Everything feels simple and seemingly less unsystematic. When we get to space, the gripping void that is our universe isn't as remarkable simply because gravity did it a year before. Had it not been for gravity, the scale and spectrum of space would be far more enriching and exciting. That's not to say that gravity undermines the vastness of Interstellar's imagery, because the film really does shine when it emulates and modernizes the visuals that Stanley Kubrick's visual effects team helped define 46 years ago with 2001: A Space Odyssey. Back then, it was more thrilling and jaw-dropping because it was an era when technology was still innovating. Today, it feels like it's all been done before. When the characters travel through wormholes and defy all laws of physics, you feel like you're being taken on a roller coaster ride and it leaves you speechless. Outside of Interstellar's visual sensationalism, the narrative at times is rather alienating. Like the 2004 film Primer, Interstellar uses a significant amount of exposition dumping to keep you up to speed, causing the script to come off as melodramatic and at times rather pretentious. When they brought love into the equation, it felt like they shot themselves in the foot. The visual energy propels the film forward, while the story serves to keep the drama fresh in your mind. At times there are some immensely emotional moments outside the dynamic imagery, especially between McConaughey's Cooper and his daughter Murph. This single character interaction is enough to leave a lump in your throat, because of the burden of being so distant from each other for so long. You want them to see each other again. If the film left out its overzealous urge to be objective and scientific, the story would be far less problematic. It feels like they don't trust the audience to expand their disbelief, because as the film sprints along, it stops and says, "Hold up, we need to let these guys know what's going on." The Nolan brothers' screenplay is conscious enough not to overindulge in its examination of relativity, time, wormholes, and even existentialism. But it's not as thought-provoking as those who were persuaded by its charismatic writing think it is. When it wants to be 2001, it works in its stylization, but not in its philosophy. What works best about Interstellar is its ambition to examine those that question what's beyond our world, and its emotional link between ourselves and how much we take our home planet for granted. It bites off more than it can chew, but the Nolans still maintain the cinematic conscience that not everyone is going to commit to the science behind it. It's a brave film in its own right, but it doesn't do anything new or challenge us beyond what films before it already have. It's impressive, it's exhilarating, it's touching, and it feels like a true science fiction experience, so much so that you'll find yourself looking up at the stars.